Ah, nuts and bolts. So welcome back to the garage, boys and girls. This evening is all about nuts and bolts. As aforementioned in a few of the other videos, currently the running gear on the car is kind of cobbled together with old bolts, new bolts, these bolts, those bolts, grade 8.8 bolts, grade Chinesium bolts. And obviously I don't really want to be driving the old beast with a mix mash of bolts all across the running gear and bits and pieces, etc. I have done that previously, and the result of that was a ball joint fell out whilst I was driving it and bent the inner wing, and then also the steering rack bolt backed out on it at one point, and I went round a roundabout and it backed out and caught, and then when I went to go back round the roundabout, the steering wheel wouldn't go back round the other way, so I just carried on going around in circles like this because the steering wheel wouldn't go back the other way. So to avoid that from happening this time, I have gone and got myself a bolt kit. Said bolt kit here, supplied by Shane Baker, SB Parts. Gave him a shout the other day and said, look, I need a bolt kit. And he said, yep, no problems. Got me one of these packaged up, sent it down in the post. Huge shout out for shoving some cola bottles, some Haribo cola bottles in there as well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to eat those. The kids decided that that was what they were going to have, and I just got left with the nuts and bolts. But yeah, huge shout out to Shane for supplying us with all that stuff there. If you guys need anything for Mark 1, Mark 2, and possibly Mark 3 Fiesta, I'm not sure if Shane does Mark 3 stuff, but I know he definitely does Mark 1 and Mark 2 stuff. He does bolt kits, he does Z-Tech mount kits, he does new spares, old spares, reconditioned spares, drive shafts, CV joints. Pretty much, if it's on a Mark 1 or Mark 2 Fiesta, the man can do it. So yeah, for all your needs, give him a shout. Yeah, so that is what we're going to be doing tonight. We are going to get all of this fitted up to the car. The other thing that we're going to do tonight, and it's what I'm going to do first off because it doesn't involve jacking the car up and it should hopefully be a very simple thing, is, as we mentioned in the other video, door won't open, hang on, technical difficulties, there we go, door is open. Right, as we mentioned in the other video, to connect to my ECU, I have to use this prolific USB serial to USB converter thing. And on our Bessie over there, who's about 400 years old, and as you saw in the last video, goes beep, 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 every time you turn it on, that worked absolutely fine. However, on this new ThinkPad thingamajiggy here, this Lenovo ThinkPad, which, as aforementioned, is a company laptop, it is not a personal laptop, the USB prolific drivers can't be installed, they don't work. So I reached out to Phil at, ooh, don't show that bit, it's got my address on it. So I reached out to Phil at Extra EFI, who is the guy that built my ECU in the first place many years ago, and the guy that has done many modifications to it in order to run all of this gear previous, and said, Phil, I need the Bluetooth adapter. And obviously he said yes. So what he does is this little thing here, and essentially it means that we don't have to take the ECU apart, etc, etc. It's just a USB, sorry, is a serial port with a Bluetooth bit added onto the end of it there. So essentially we just plug that straight into where the old connection plugs in, and that is it. ECU has Bluetooth capability. Simple and easy as that, in theory. The other perk to that obviously means with Bluetooth connectivity we don't need to install drivers, so there should be no reason why I can't run everything off of here. But the other thing is, it means that I can get my Samsung Galaxy tablet, install the Shadow Dash software onto that, and essentially everything we can see on the laptop whilst we're tuning would then be able to replicate onto basically a nice LCD dash up there, which will show everything. Don't know if I'm going to permanently mount it in the car, I probably won't, to be honest, but if we're just out data logging, it's easier to go out data logging with a tablet rather than it is to go out data logging with this in the way, you know, like when we're giving it the beans, you haven't got to worry about a laptop flying around inside the car, we can just tuck the tablet in there or something out the way. The other thing is this Galaxy tablet, as you can see, is it's magnetic. It sticks to stuff. This could go very wrong. Woo! There we go, see? It is magnetic, so it also means that it won't slide around in here whilst it's magneted in place. It's not even a word, but you know, we'll go with it. So, right, I'm going to hook the power up to the battery, hook the Bluetooth adapter serial port up to the serial port, turn the laptop on, see what happens. Fingers crossed, hopefully I should be able to log straight into the ECU and we will be good to go on that front. So yeah, let's give that a go. Okay, right, simple as I just described. Cable out, don't need that anymore, although we probably should keep that just in case. We'll keep that just in case. Little USB serial, excuse me, little USB stereo is COVID. You can't say that, Dean. Little USB, no, it's not USB, serial Bluetooth adapter in. ECU's all powered up and working. So in theory, all I need to do now, and I have already just changed the settings off camera because it was messing me around a little bit. But I jump into here. Oh, right, don't look at my password. So jump into here, open up my software, which is under here. Open that up. Give it a quick second. Takes a minute. Ignore the fact there's one that's in the background that's crashed. I'll deal with that later. Open that up and then go into open my last project. And in theory, it should just connect straight away. No, not connected. That's fun, isn't it? Give it a minute.
It's connected to the one that's crashed.
No, it didn't connect to that. And I did disconnect it from the tablet. File. Hang on. Communications, settings. So it's all connected still. Test port. Test import. Test import. Test import. Test import. Failed. Why did it fail? Test again. Failed. Right, hang on. I wonder if it is because it is still connected to this. Let me just turn the Bluetooth off on the tablet because I wonder if it's trying to connect to that. Right, turn that off. Right, let's try again. Test port. Successful. That's what it was. It's still connected to the tablet, so that's successful. Accept that. Close that. And then in theory should connect. There we go. Happy days. Connected. Lovely job. Right. That is all good. So Dean, if you could do the honours and just give the throttle a quick wang for me. Oh, put some grease on that door. Right, if Dean gives the throttle a quick blip, we should see the TPS start moving. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. That's to set itself up for a minute. Yeah, TPS is going. AFR is reading at 18.6 because obviously it's just off the gauge because it's not running. Coolant temp 10 degrees, about 10 degrees in there. About that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cold.
Ignition advance 0, baro 99.9%, which means it's sitting at about 1 bar, which is atmospheric pressure. Fuel setting should all still be in it. Yep. Happy days. There we go. We have an ECU that connects via Bluetooth to the laptop. So that is all of my problems for the time being. Solved. So, right, let me quickly just come out of this, close this down, close that down, close that down, and then show you guys this one. So come in here, turn the Bluetooth on there, paired devices, connect to that, done, and then open, oh, not even on the camera, and then open up Shadow Dash. Oh, right, yeah, ignore, try the free app for now, don't pay for it yet, I'll pay for it soon. To be fair, the software's not actually that expensive, and it probably is worth it. And there we have the dash, everything in there that we could look at on here. There's a couple of different ways that you can look at it. But again, all connected. And if I mash the throttle a little bit, you should see the throttle will start moving. So we know we've got a bit of connection on there. Happy days. Right, that was nice and easy and painless. For once. Right, let's get the car jacked up and start fitting chains bolt kit.
A few moments later.
Okay, right. Just for reference then, this is what Shane supplies in his kit. Well, some of what, obviously there's some there, but this is what I've changed so far. So that's ball joint, can't remember what that one's for, lower arms, control arms, These are the strut towers, etc. But yeah, there's a line of what's in his kit there. That's what we took off. Yeah, so there's your comparison. That's what came off. Just line them up so you can see. Mix match of bolts, different washers, different this, different that. Little bit of a mess, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's what came off, that's what went on. It's just one of those little tiny jobs that it's just worthwhile. Just sorting them all out. It's the sort of thing Dean likes doing with his car. I like to throw all this old shit on there and wait until it's like the last minute to change it all. Dean actually likes to prepare and get things done properly.
But in all fairness, I haven't had any suspension on the car for the last 10 years.
No.
And literally this month, I've gone out and done exactly what Kieran's done, put all of the bolts, so I can actually drop on his wheels and bring it home. So,
as you would have seen, obviously, short update from Dean last week on the paint. It's about ready to come home now, isn't it? Bolt suspension up,
close.
get it back in the garage.
Couple more bits to.
Once it's back from the workshop and at Dean's place, I will go over to Dean's place and we'll do a proper update on the car, because that's probably going to come together quite quickly.
Fairly quickly.
Once it's back in the garage, we're good to go.
And
then next year will be the year where he can go through all that effort and I can go out and spank him because Fiesta's got a big turbo. You know, I can just, once Dean runs out, I can just keep putting boost in mine so I'll huck a rod. Right, okay. Jack the other side up, get the other side sorted, and that is all the front bolt kit sorted. Happy days. Right, crack on. And just like that, the front is all done. Fully bolted up. It does mean the camber angles on the wheels are now completely, like, they're fixed. There's no adjustment in there. The reason we had adjustment before was because we had too small of a gauge bolt in there, basically, so it's slopping around. So I do need to hit up Mr. DA Performance Engineering for a set of camber adjustable top mounts at some point. But apart from that, I'm fairly happy. Everything's all bolted up. Front cross members down here are all bolted up as they should be. Yeah, happy days. So yeah, once again, huge shout out to Shane Baker, FB Parts. If you need any bits, Mark 1, Mark 2 Fiestas, just give the man a shout, and I'm sure he'll be capable of sorting you out. Moving on from that, we've got that done. The other thing I've just finished doing is finalising the connections on top of the charge cooler underneath here, because I did. Those of you who watched the video the other day would have seen that we ran out of hose.
We did.
Ran out of hose. Hose. Got any hose?
Hose for the
Got any
charge
hose? Got any hose? Yeah, we ran out of hose. So I went and got some more. So we got some more in there. That's all completely filled up. I've just topped this tank up with water. I've hot wired the relay thing again. So in theory, if you reach in there, Dean, and just kick the doodah over and flick up charge cooler, you need to put the key in first. The
What's key in?
emergency release.
Well, this one.
That one. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Turn that, and then if you flick that one up.
That one, don't you?
Yeah,
One.
and then flick cooler. It does absolutely nothing. Oh, well, that's fun, isn't it? That's fun. That relay I put in there might not be the right kind of relay. Just pull the...
Can't have one.
If you kill the main switch, that's it, and then take the fuel relay out.
Which one's that on top of one?
The one to the right. Top.
Get this out.
I'm guessing that's what it is. That relay's probably knackered. It's probably why that relay was laying about on the
Have
bench
you seen the
anyway.
fuse on the top of it?
No. Is it done?
I think so.
Oh, right, okay.
That could explain it.
Swap that out, put that in there. Oh, you might want to turn the cooler off first, because otherwise it'll liven straight up. Tap to the left. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Stop. We've got a problem here.
What?
The ECU is having a fucking hissy fit, which means there is a grounding issue somewhere. Just kill that main power for a second. Right, back to the drawing board. Catch you in a second. Right, problem solved. Turns out I'd plugged the wrong relay into the wrong hole. and it was doing something weird, which probably means the fan relay wiring is completely wrong. But anyway, now it's in the right one, it does work and it stopped doing that weird thing that it shouldn't be doing, but I did just flick the switch to test it and I think it leaked straight away, so let's have a look. Do you want to see what happens? Ready? Yeah, there's water pissing out of everywhere.
Alright, go again.
Yeah. Right, where's that leaking from? Where's it coming from? Right, try again. Yeah, that's where it's coming from. Absolutely pissing out of there. I thought I got that one quite tight. Maybe not.
Crank it around a bit more then.
Oh, I just broke the Jubilee.
Yeah. Right at the end of its adjustment, is it?
It's pissing out.
Do you want a second one?
Yeah, but I also need a cloth because there's water going everywhere there. Right. Back to the drawing board. Grab me a cloth. Right, okay, so it was 40 Jubilee, just wouldn't pull up tight. Change the Jubilee, it all seems to be good. So that's on, that's on, that's on. Give it a go, see what happens. Don't look at my boxes. Power on, charge cooler on. It's a bit bubbly, but
No, it's settled down now.
I've got no more leaks at this end. Any leaks back there?
No, at the back.
No, not swirl in the pot.
And we've got some nice water movement as well.
Lovely job. It's not bad, it'll pump for like 87 quid. Well, plus 20 quid for the bracket because I got mugged off for that. But that's that, that's that. Have a little look at the front. Charge cooler done.
Happy days.
Yeah. Right. Let's kill the power and with that, that is going to tie this video up. So to end off, I'm going to clear some things off of the hose. And this is actually the second time we filmed this, so they're already crossed off. I'm going to recross them off just for the sake of the video. Right, charge cooler lines crossed off. Full exhaust we did in the last video, crossed that off. Heat management is halfway there, so we've kind of got a little half there just for morale. That's kind of it, isn't it?
That's it for this one, I think.
Reverse switch we need to sort out still in the next video. I think we'll do that. And what else is an easy thing we could do in the next video?
You said wipers.
Yeah, wipers. We could do those in the next video because that can all go back together now. Now that the engine stabiliser mount is in, there is actually now enough room to get the wiper motor on, whereas before it was clashing with the intake. So that's happy days. Need those brake carriers. Need to get that sorted out. But yeah, that's it. That's going to do it for this job. For this video. One last time, shout out to Shane Baker for the bolt kit, which has just kind of neatened the whole of the front of the car up. In all honesty, the pile of bolts that we did have is at the back there, which is just horrendous. Charge cooler is now in and working. Engine's in and working. It's in a drivable condition. I just need to find that fucking fire ring that I've lost for that. That really annoys me. Really annoys me. I managed to lose that. But there you go. Right, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.